TRW here, Royalists and Roundheads 2, English Civil War, Battle of Alford here, a small battle, it's a small battle, only, four commands on the, or formations, 4 commands on the Covenanter side. That's the off-white here, so we've got Hackett, Kennedy, Bailey, who's also the overall commander, and Balcarres. And on the Royalist side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. 4 commands: Aboyne, MacDonald, Napier, under there, overall commander Montrose, but Montrose does not have his own formation, and then Gordon over there on the Royalist right. Okay, I have every desire to continue playing here, so that's why I'm back. I did have to reset in a major way. I reset in a major way, so there are no units dead yet. Balcarres did not die. He's back to life. I pulled some attacks back. So yeah, what happened is this. So all of the 3 cavalry units, like this Hackett unit, for example, I was treating them as 1-step units. They're actually 2-step units. So in the Royalists and Roundheads series of games, units that have one side to them, they have a blank back, are also 1-strength units. And it's not, well, I was assessing a 1 loss as a strength point loss, probably a carryover from a number of games I've played recently. This has nothing to do with strength points. This I had completely forgotten that this game is clearly a step loss system. So these units have 2 steps. So the 3 cavalry units that I thought were eliminated, actually, this one too, have actually just taken 1 step loss. And by the way, in this game, the first step loss, you put the step loss marker underneath. It doesn't have any effect. It just means you're halfway to being eliminated, or if it's a 4-strength unit, you're halfway to being half strength. So, but basically, it doesn't change any values at all. So, I reset all that. Yeah, but I'm interested enough to continue. So let's pick up with so it's 1430 hours, and that is game turn 6 of 10, 79, yeah, and it is the Covenanter turn. I keep saying that, there aren't player turns, but we're picking up with the Covenanter movement phase. So it's movement, combat, rally, basically for each side. So player 2 movement means 2 things, means check for out of command and move. Yep, so we might have our first out of command unit. Yeah, because all of these zones of control block, and Balcarres only has a command span of 4. So Balcarres has a command span of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It does not reach his unit over here because there is a zone of control here, because units have a zone of control in their 2 front hexes and their 2 flank hexes. So this is in this infantryman's zone of control. This is in this muskets don't have zone of control actually. So, but it's in this unit's zone of control. So actually Balcarres is out of command. The Balcarres cavalry there. The first time in this game, so I'm trying to out of command. Yeah, so out of command. I guess we'll talk about that real quickly because I don't remember out of command. So first the player checks to see if any units are out of command. Those units that are out of command are marked with an out of command marker. Combat units are in command span extension. Effects of being out of command. So combat units out of command suffer the following restrictions. Actually, let me make sure there aren't any more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then extension. So yeah, it's just Valkar's cavalry over there. So combat units out of command suffer the following restrictions. They may not move adjacent to an enemy combat unit. And I think the clarification is if you're already there, you can... Where do I remember seeing that? Out of command units may choose not to move. Units no longer out. Okay. 3. Yeah, I still think that if you're already adjacent, you don't have to move out. If in an enemy's zone of control, they may not move. So actually, he's in a zone of control. He's not moving. Now that makes me wonder. Is facing change in this case movement? Not sure. They receive no die roll modifiers for their command sheet during melee combat, so this is a good example, right? Valkaris over here. Oh, he still didn't get his attack command. Never mind. If Valkaris had his attack command, even though he's being insubordinate here, and won't change his command, his order, command, I guess it's in this game. But if he had changed it to attack like I wanted earlier, this out of command unit would not get any combat bonuses from that order, from that command. If they move, they must attempt to move within command span of their leader. Okay, but they're already in a zone of control, so they're not moving. Is facing change movement? One way to look at it is if facing changes can, in some cases, cost movement points. I wonder how you should play that. Well, I guess for now I'll just play strictly that that facing change is movement and they're in a zone of control, so they can't. Let's see if there's a clarification. Changing facing. Free change of facing. Don't know. Facing. Just don't know. Out of command. All right, I will consider that strictly. May not move. Okay. So that's the out of command. Then we do our movement. Again, we do want to review orders. We're already adjacent to all the enemy. I think generally when you're adjacent to enemy, at least as a general rule, these guys are still going to move forward. When you're adjacent to the enemy, yeah, they have stand orders. You can just stay put. Okay, routed unit. Here we have routed unit movement. Routed combat units. They may be moved up to 2 axes away from the closest enemy combat unit. which I guess would be that one. There are 3 hexes away. But they want to stay in. They want to stay in command span of their leader, so they can rally. Okay. Well, I guess you would get away if you don't want to be destroyed. So let's move one. Let's move 1 hex away from the enemy, but we're still in command span of the leader. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah, he wants to rotate. He can do that. I don't see why he can't. No, I don't see why he can't. So he wants to do that, put the enemy in his front, 2 hexes, so he's not flanked. Alright, so then we go into combat, which is really easy. It's fire combat, then melee. Fire combat is defensive fire, then offensive fire. So defensive fire is the royalist. Again, the cavalry I think have all fired at this point, so I'm looking at for my musketeers and my infantry. So here, let's get the musketeer knocked out first. They do get the +1 for range. They roll a 3. That's not enough. Here we have 2 infantry stacked. Yeah, they're not going to get anything with a 1. There we go. 5 is a 5. I think that's a morale check for infantry. For infantry fire. Yes, it is. Okay, so to slow down, so I did that really quick. The 2nd infantry unit underneath there fired. They have a range of 1, so that stack is in range. And then for infantry units, in a 5, they rolled a 5. There is an M result, so actually this could be serious for Hackett's cavalry there, but they're going to get a -1. So they're going to get a -1 because they're stacked with the leader. They have a morale of 8. Okay, they do it. 6 minus 1 is 5. That's equal to or less than their current morale, so they pass the morale check, no problem. Now we'll go over. Gordon should be with cavalry. This musketeer can fire 2 hexes, but no modifier. So that's only a. Oh, they got it. All right, out of command. Out of command isn't any problem for morale checks. The morale's only 7 though. 8. They fail. Okay. So the musketeers fired at a range of 2 hexes. They got a 6, which is a morale check. Balcar's cavalry, which is out of command, failed their morale check. So they route. They cannot route through. Actually, let's do that real quickly. Real quickly. Yeah, if the dice roll is higher, the combat unit routes. Route marker is placed upon it, and the owning player retreats the unit from 1 to 3 hexes. So right away we know they can't. They could just pull away 1 hex. And actually, why wouldn't they? All right, that's what I'm going to do. So they are still out of command. We're going to pull back. Oh, now this is something that I don't know about the officiality of this, but when units route, I'm turning them to, oh, I know what, this is spelled out in another game in this family, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to play with all. It makes a big difference, especially when they rally, which way they're pointed. Okay, so they're routed like that. I did turn them away to face the direction they routed. Okay, so, oh, I got the infantry over there as well. Again, we have 2 at a range of, all right, 2 is going to be nothing, but the unit underneath, oh, they rolled a 6. That actually, with infantry fire, is a 1 loss. So that's a 1-step loss, and this is not going to be there. Now we have the, okay, now we go Take Balcarras off. Balcarras cavalry, they already had a step loss. Now it's eliminated. Alright, that didn't take too much long to get that first, to again get the first casualty. Alright, it's fire, so I think Balcarras stays there. That's my interpretation. Yeah, that's it. Now we go to melees. Again, if they fired, you can only melee who you fired. So again, I'm saying they can't melee a lone leader. Again, I don't see how that's covered in the rules. They're not adjacent anymore. So melees. I'm gonna split it up again. Melee, and then melee. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of the royalist. All right, so they're gonna melee. Yeah, this cavalry's gonna melee a Boyne there. This cavalry's gonna melee the royalist infantry in their flank. With this one. So both of these guys. And then, no, not both. So actually it's only over here on the Covenanter right. Okay, all right. So this one first. Morale checks. Up, Snake Eyes. So Hackett. Again, it's a... where's the typo? There's the typo. This should be, let's say Hackett C, I think. It says B, but there's a B over here. Hackett cavalry passed their morale check. So a Boyne's cavalry, yeah, they're fine. 6 -1 for a Boyne. I know they pass. All right. Ooh, that's not bad. They have an attack command. So they're cavalry attacking with an attack command. That's one. Does anything else apply? I guess nothing else applies. I don't think Boyne's going to get anything coming back. No, they're not. They get +1. They get +1 for a Boyne. His leadership. Yeah. So actually, they didn't get anything. So Hackett, the Covenanters, got 6, which is a morale check. So again, a Boyne cavalry. Ooh, there we go. So there we go. 9, but it's -1 for the leader's 8, which is equal to his current morale. So he just barely makes it. Okay. Again, I think maybe I keep thinking of here. These melees could influence each other, right? Like how this unit retreats could influence how this unit retreats. So I do wonder, I don't know what I'm going to do. I wonder if these melees should not be done step by step. Just don't know. But over here, first the Hackett cavalry on the flank there. They actually roll an 8, so just barely enough to be in the fight. Yeah, and the other Hackett's other cavalry, -1 for Hackett, is 3. They're in the fight. So 2 infantry defenders. Are they? Ooh, the top unit is not in the fight. They'll actually rout. Okay, so here we have a split. This guy, and I'm going to take a look. I do believe they rout. I will turn them around to face their direction. They're going, and I do believe that they have to route 3. This is not a choose 1, 2, or 3. Pretty sure I saw that. Yeah. So they do route. So that just leaves the 1 unit underneath. All right. So Hackett's attack here is definitely going to have some modifier. So 4 isn't anything, but they get +1 for cavalry attacking with an attack command, +1 for Hackett's command values, combat value, +1 for a flank attack. I do believe that's it. Now, if they could get one more, they would actually cause a step loss, but I don't think that they... Cavalry with attack, leaders, and flanker rear. Yeah. Actually, that is it. So it's a morale check. So McDonald infantry has to pass a morale check. Oh, they just barely pass. So actually they stay put, but the other unit was still routed. That's it. That is melee for the Covenanters. That is the Covenanter or second player combat phase. Now we go to rallies. All right, he is eligible because he's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's not in an enemy Zoc. His morale is 7, but yeah, that's not going to do it. You have to add 1 to the roll, so he definitely did not pass the morale check, and so he routes 3 more hexes, which means he's in trouble. Here, see, he's in the command span of his overall leader. I believe that does qualify, if I remember correctly. But the summary is: during the recovery phase of each game turn, routed units within the command span of their leader or their overall leader, and not in an enemy Zoc. They're not an enemy Zoc. Make a morale check. So they do. They're going to add 1 for being routed. Oh, 11 + 1 is 12. They definitely did not. Make it, so they go back 3. They cannot pass through these friendly. They obviously can't go that way because the enemy's zone of control. But I do believe they can go 1, 2, 3 like that. They did move away. Yeah, they moved away. They moved 3 hexes. I do believe that's a legal route move. Then victory. Is it time to talk about the victory? Yes. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I'll tell you what I'm looking at real quick. I know I'm not going to explain it, but basically what I'm looking for is here. So for the Royalist to start rolling for victory, they need to have caused at least 9 points of losses against the Covenanters. And the Covenanters now, it would be the Royalists rolling now during the Covenanter turn. They have not caused 9 points. For the Covenanters to win, they're looking for 10. So 10 or more, 9 or more Covenanter losses for the Royalists, 10 or more Royalist losses for the Covenanters to begin rolling for victory. That's what I'm looking at. So real quickly, I'm looking, this would be 1 and 2, and that's it. Yeah, so we're not close. So that is the end of the 1430 hours turn. Switch back there, and there we are. Royalist and Roundheads 2, Battle of Alford.